black team from the Netherlands. And now, please, wearing the white caps today, give a warm welcome to the team from New Zealand. And now together, please stand and remove your caps as we honor our competing countries with the playing of the national anthems. First up will be the national anthem from the Netherlands. And now please remain standing as we honor and play the national anthem of New Zealand. Ladies and shake hands as you cross your benches. You have 5 minutes of game time.
Good evening. Welcome back to Long Beach, California. The final match of the quarterfinal round here at the World Aquatics Women's Water Polo World Cup, joined by Cody Roberts, Greg Meskel here with you. Ahead of our final match, nightcap, the Netherlands taking on New Zealand. And this will be another battle here today where on paper one team favor over the other. We've seen 3 lopsided scores so far today. In this one, you'd presume the Netherlands, who, when you talk about the World Cup, historically, they are the all-time winningest program in overall World Cup gold medals. Now, it changed to the format this year to make it an annual event. The USA women's national team has won the last 3 World Cups, but a rich history for the Dutch in this event, and they have really started to turn their fortunes around over the last couple of years, playing really, really strong water polo. Now, for New Zealand, they were one of 2 Division II qualifiers, joining Israel coming out of the D2 qualifier in Berlin. The high water mark for this group, 4th back at the 1984 World Cup. And if you follow college water polo, and Cody, I know you do, this New Zealand team, fans will know a lot of the players on this roster. They play on some of the premier programs in the U.S.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for them to come over to the States and get exposed to different types of play out here. I know internationally it's typically more physical. Referees get involved a little more on the ejections and penalties, but in the U.S. it's a little bit of a cleaner game. So it's a different way to learn and a different environment to play in.
Now their opponent, the Netherlands, no stranger to the college game as well. Quite a few talented players have entered the college space here in the U.S. and played for some of the strongest teams around, as well as we are getting set for these two teams to get into the pool and get started. Our officials in this one: Tuxedo Bermudez from Spain, Nicolosi from Italy. And we talked about the college ties. We start first with New Zealand. They're in the Whitecaps, led by head coach Angie Winstanley-Smith. Meeting them here now from the PA announcer.
Number 11, Polo. Number 12, Hannah Tembro. Number 13, Sarah Marshall. The Netherlands are coached by Federal Possessors, assisted by Mark Polo, Richard Van Eck, and team leader extraordinaire, Anika Ikoda. And now the Whitecaps, the Speedo team from New Zealand. Number 1, Jessica Milicic. Number 2, Emily Nicholson. Number 3, Bernadette Doyle. Number 4, Emmy Galt. Number 5, Gabrielle Milicic. Number 6, Isabel Ann Jackson. Number 7, Emerson Houghton. Number 8, Katie McKenzie. Number 9, Sophie Shorter Robinson. Number 10, Gabriella McDonald. Number 11, Caitlin Howard. Number 12, Millie Quinn. And number 13, Bridget Labor. Team New Zealand is coached by Angie Winstanley-Smith, assisted by Megan Thompson.
So there we meet the teams, and for that New Zealand squad, Bridget Labor, and the last name you heard, the starting goalkeeper for the Hawaii Rainbow Wahine. And a strong season again, coming up just short in the Big West final. Millie Quinn, a great freshman campaign for the Cal Bears. And then Howarth over at Fresno State, they had a strong run to the NCAA. Sophie Shorter Robinson, one of the key pieces of a rebuilding Arizona State team. Libby Galt, also part of that Hawaii squad. Bernadette Doyle had played at Hawaii, and Emily Nicholson had played at Fresno State. So a lot of ties there. Across the way for the Netherlands, Kitty Leni Austra was a dynamic center in her time with the Cal Bears. Benta Roja, one of the best for Arizona State over the last several years, among others. So a lot of firepower in the pool in this one. The Dutch in the blue caps, New Zealand in the white caps. The Netherlands, they've never been short on talent, and of course this is the team that won Olympic gold back in 2008. They've been able to keep a lot of this core together. They took silver at the 2015 World Championships, coming up short to Team USA. But then over the last few years, didn't place where they wanted to podium-wise at different events, but starting to now really trend in a positive direction under head coach Evangelos Dudis. The return of goalkeeper Lauda Arts as well. She was part of that squad at the 2015 World Championships, then decided to take some time away from water polo. And then she returned, and that has been a welcomed re-addition to this Netherlands squad, to say the least, to have a strong keeper in the cage. Cody, let's talk first the Netherlands. You mentioned New Zealand and the opportunities there for those players. Historically, when you think about playing the Dutch, what has made them so difficult?
The first thing I think of is their size. I mean, you look at them in the lineup just now when they were getting introduced, they have so much height and their length and their arms. It's really intimidating, honestly, if you're comparing each other out of the pool. They're very physical, defensively extremely strong. They're great field walkers and have a lot of dynamic shooters and always good centers. So they really have a lot of talent around the pool and great coaching staff who knows how to direct them in the way they need to go.
Everyone does seem to be at least 6 foot tall on that roster.
Yeah, it's insane.
Opening sprint underway here. A good battle for it. And they'll say the Netherlands there first. Lola Mulhuizen. And it is Lauda Arts that gets the start in cage for the Netherlands. For New Zealand, Jessica Milicic will go. We'll see if teams will bring in reserves at any point. We've seen some squads split keepers in this one, as the Netherlands will go to work on offense, and they try and get involved right away at 2 meters. Good help there coming across, Bernadette Doyle. Here's Libby Galt trying to go inside, and no one home, looking for Nicholson. And the steal there from Roja.
That Marks takes it the other way with a deep pass. She goes wide, puts it down the post.
Just an ordinary call. Now working to Slaking.
Slaking crosses it over with Isaac. Now on top.
Ventaroja now takes a look. Knocked down there, just an ordinary. Timer to 4. Changing that arm angle, but it's off the post on that try there from Brigitte Slaking. Well, no surprise, 4 games. We've seen every manner of opening. We've seen one team surge past another with multiple goals, defensive battle, a little bit of a mix, and here you're seeing 2 teams in the opening 90 seconds trying to settle into their offense. And that's a missed connection. And the Netherlands comes back with the ball. Here's Arts. She'll take a look. And a steal now from New Zealand. Doyle steps in front. Doyle moving in. Lefty takes a look and is stuffed. Had great positioning. She was open, took a look behind her, and then Arts comes up with the save. On this end, the Netherlands with our first goal, Lola Mulhuizen.
And the Netherlands strike first.
See some of that length there, waving that ball around high, goes cross cage up over the top for a quick 1-0 lead here early on. Nobody home there. Again, trying to thread that pass through to Galt, and she wasn't ready for it. And so now Arts comes up with the ball. Bar out on that try.
Seen a few errant passes in this first quarters of pretty much all the games. I think it's a little bit of nerves, a little bit of settling in, not necessarily on the same page as your teammates. So hopefully moving forward, they can clean that up a little bit.
Shot clock to 10. Under 5 to play, first quarter. New Zealand looking for their first goal. And they'll have to toss this one aside.
And the Netherlands back to offense.
Into the offensive end now. They go into 2 meters, looking to step through a couple of defenders. That was Kitty Lynn Yaustra. From the outside, the perimeter attack does the job. Now they'll say no goal. Second look here, this one's gonna be just outside the goal. So now the exclusion down here. Good look. Arts bats it away. That was an excellent opportunity there for Emerson Houghton. Power play here for New Zealand. And there it is, cross cage. Bernadette Doyle tying this one up at 1 early on the power play goal.
New Zealand's doing a really good job on their counterattack of making the Dutch defenders work the whole way down the pool. You can see they're having to show their hands every single time they're ducking under. It really slows them down and makes them drop their hips, and then the New Zealand players can break to the goal, giving them the advantage.
So that defense coupled with a good power play ties this game at 1. Halfway through the first quarter. Yaustra working in at 2 meters. New Zealand dropping back to try and guard against her opportunity. Comes in anyway, and the exclusion is there. Power play coming up for the Netherlands. That was Caitlin Howarth going off. Here's a look from the outside. Van der Weyden off the post on that try from Van der Sloot. And then in transition, a second exclusion coming now against the Dutch, and New Zealand will have a power play here. And the exclusion going there against Maxine Scott. And a chance for New Zealand to pull in front. Here's Doyle. A few fakes from the outside, and field block is there. And the power play goes by the boards. 3 minutes to play in the first. Looking inside position, keeper out. Milicic aggressive off her line as Joustra had inside water. That was going to be trouble, but the keeper arriving just in the nick of time.
I think she has eyes in the back of her head.
Shorter Robinson in at center forward. She's being guarded by Van der Weyden.
Sophie Shorter Robinson, the Arizona State Sun Devil, has come on. Looking to split the defense. It's a drive from Houghton. Shot clock to 6. And New Zealand will dump it away in a very conservative approach. And you can hear their head coach, Angie Winstanley-Smith. They don't have it looking good even as the shot clock gets down to 4-3. They're not trying to pull off any late clock magic. Coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Van der Weyden from the outside, and the keeper was there, just couldn't get enough of it. Milicic was on the scene. Watch that one go off the fingertips and in. And just a look of frustration there from the keeper. Might have been a bit screened out by her shot block as well, but wishes she could have that one back, and the Netherlands now in front 2-1. McDonald controlling here in the 10 cap. Houghton now.
In at center forward, they put the ball to her, bounces or not.
And a kick out.
Charged against.
Van der Weyden going out. And a third power play here for New Zealand with 90 seconds to go in the first. Field block.
Field block for New Zealand.
Still on the advantage for the time being. Shot clock resets to 20. Sides even now. Cross cage and up over the goal on the Gabrielle Milicic try. Power play for the Dutch in transition. And exclusion against McDonald. Chance here for the Netherlands to build a 2-goal edge going to the second quarter. Van der Kratz. Along 2 meters. Scott.
Both teams are back in full strength.
Advantage over. Good little pass down to 2 meters. Close call. Just an ordinary. Shot clock to 3. They got to go off the post ricochet and just hauled in by Milicic on that try from deep from Maud Van der Weyden. Keeps it a 2-1 game.
Kenzie takes the pass. Well, down the lane. Nicholson inside.
Shot clock to 4. Out of time once again, trying to spin free, and maybe an exclusion. And there is, at the last second, an exclusion there against Skop as the shot clock was about to expire. If they can go quickly, New Zealand is open here. That pass wasn't a great one, and Arts makes the save. New Zealand will come to regret that one. Last chance here, that's field blocked, and so New Zealand able to draw opportunities. 4 power plays drawn, but can only convert on 1 of them. Hanging tough here with the Netherlands. They trail 2-1 after 1. We return with the second quarter after this. Second quarter upcoming, and Cody, I think fair to say not the score people might have expected here early on, thinking the Netherlands would be able to surge past New Zealand. What has made New Zealand so tough early on?
I think they're doing a really good job of moving away off the ball. So we know that the Netherlands is a really physical team, and they know that if they can cut them off, maybe get them on their back, they might take some risks that'll end up in ejections. But New Zealand has run into some issues with just finishing that 6-on-5. They have all the pieces of the puzzle before that, but they need that last little push to really get that all their work reflected on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's been the challenge here. The stat line that they'll look at and say we could easily be up by a couple of goals here. There's a nice turn, and as we're talking about it, it's Emily Nicholson working on the inside, drawing another exclusion. This is the 5th power play try for New Zealand, now looking to convert. They'll give the look from the outside. Cross cage off the post, and the rebound comes right back to the Netherlands. So New Zealand getting the shots, just cannot convert as we are underway here in the second quarter. Roja working to Slaking. Shot clock to 4 from 6 meters. A variety of fakes and wave off that shot because on the inside, they were inside 2. That was Van der Weyden. And then on the way down, swimming over the top, an exclusion. That was Nina Tenbrook excluded. New Zealand getting plenty of practice here on the 6-on-5 and looking to convert. Just 1 goal so far in this one. It did come on a 6-on-5, their first try at it.
Both teams are back in full strength.
Exclusion over. Shot clock winding down, and they won't get a shot off. Save there by Arts.
Netherlands back in possession.
And now in transition. Van der Weyden, defenders giving chase, has some help, deals to Roja, fill that lane, bar out. Milicic getting back to help get in front of that one on what looked to be a surefire goal for the Dutch. Second look there, and that was Milicic getting a piece of that. An excellent stop by the keeper. Timer to 5. Long range try, the skip, and Lauda Arts is there with the save. Roja countering again, but New Zealand was able to get back. Slaking. A tussle and an exclusion. Millie Quinn goes off. Third power play here for the Dutch. They're 0 for 2. Roja out high. Molhuizen sizes it up. Ricochet off the post. So now they can't buy one either. They've seen a couple of their clean looks bang off the cage.
Yeah, that's definitely frustrating because all of these shots are great shots, and it's not somebody taking a shot when they shouldn't be. It's really probably what they're working for is just an inch off. So
in basketball, they would say there's a lid on the rim right now. They need to try and break through. Entry in and a takeaway. That outlet pass, a dangerous one, almost taken away. New Zealand gives the foul. Slaking now. Coming up on the halfway mark of the second quarter. From the outside, Slaking fires and lodges that one in the corner of the cage to give the Dutch a 3-1 lead. Slaking, one of many high-level women's water polo athletes playing professionally in Greece, competes with Voimeni, along with her teammate Kidilin Yaustra. This pass goes in. There's a good-looking turn. And an ordinary. No shot. They'll bring it back to the spot of the foul. And New Zealand will work through their offensive progression once more. Here's Howarth. This is where the defensive pressure of the Netherlands is challenging. It's leading to exclusions, but not much else for New Zealand. And with that, they deliver on the lob. Something had to come through eventually here for New Zealand. Emerson Houghton gets their second goal of the day. They trail now 3-2. It's interesting as we see a second look at Houghton on the lob. Netherlands pressure, their physicality, it's made it very difficult for New Zealand to score, but they're also using that a bit against the Dutch to draw these exclusions. They just can't convert.
Yes, 100%.
Scott around the way, Van der Kratz sizes it up, and that's Maxine Scott hitting from the outside. So the Dutch get one right back to go in front 4-2.
It's a dangerous game when you have all perimeter players with time, having time with the ball in their hand. They can pass wherever they want, they can shoot whenever they want. So it's kind of a matter of time before they start hitting their sweet spot, and that's where they can run away with it.
Good look on the inside here. Another exclusion called against the Netherlands. Easier said than done. I thought you might have seen Schroeder Robinson just try and finish with that right hand. She had inside position, but tried to wheel back the other way, drew the exclusion, and now they turn it over. Under 3 to play, first half. Van der Kratz moving in. She piled up the goals at the World Championship last year in Hungary. Shot clock to 7 from the outside. Now they're starting to get in a groove. Sabrina van der Sloot, the captain, has her second. A 5-2 lead. They've run off 3 straight. Entry goes in and ball under. Good help. That was van der Weyden forcing that takeaway. That's an overpass trying to connect with Koenig. Off the end line. And now Doyle. Howarth and now McKenty. Under 2 to play, first half. That pass dies a bit on the water and an easy steal. Joustra. Minute 40 to play, first half. 5-2 lead for the Netherlands. Van der Sloot. Shot clock to 3. They go in. Joustra draws a crowd, draws an exclusion. Power play for the Dutch. Along 2 meters, tough angle, good save, Milicic. Turns away that opportunity from Van de Kruijs. So the Dutch 0 for 4 now on the power play. Still in front here, 5-2. Under a minute to go, offensive foul.
You can see New Zealand trying to play fast. They want to get that ball into center before the Dutch have a chance to get into their good setup in their defense or whatever zone they're going to come into.
It's been very tough sledding for New Zealand when they've had to go in a true half-court set and deal with the physical presence of the Netherlands. Couple of drives through, nothing there. Shot clock to 4. A knockdown, undaunted. Holds off that defender, and then Simone van der Kruijs just buries it from the outside on the skip.
And you know if she misses that, New Zealand is off to the races on that counter on a 1-on-nobody. So that is a must make if you're going to shoot it.
Beautiful angle there. It gives you an idea, too, to her strength. She's with her right kind of holding off this pesky defender, and with her left rising up and navigating that one through a whole bunch of defense. 6-2 New Zealand trailing here. The Dutch finding some breathing room. Shot clock is off. Final 8 seconds here for New Zealand. Howarth with 4. With 2. They got to let it fly, and that one's going to be well out of play. That's all for the first half in this final match in the quarterfinal round here at the Water Polo World Cup. And for New Zealand, a lot to be happy about. They draw 7 exclusions, just can't get in a groove offensively. For the Netherlands, 0 for 4 on the power play, but they start to find their vibe on the other side of the pool. The captain, Sabrina van der Sloot, with 2 important goals, and they're in front 6-2. We return with second half action after this timeout.
the shot by Woodheisen. Centers it up. And the shot. Threads the needle, puts it away. And then Howell puts the lob. And Gratz. With the dishes.
Second half on the way here in Long Beach, California. The final match of the quarterfinal round here at the World Aquatics Women's Water Polo World Cup. We come back with semifinal play tomorrow starting at 1 p.m. Pacific time. We'll have the semifinals 5th through 8th place to start and then get into the semifinals of the medal round to follow. Netherlands in the blue and orange, New Zealand in the white. Dutch moving right to left on your screen. In front, 6-2. Timer to 10 here. From 6 meters, they go inside. Joustra, triple team that has that one taken away.
Even though they didn't get an ejection or a goal on that, that's a great opening possession for the Netherlands. They were very patient on offense. They have the ball up dry the whole time. A great entry pass. So I think they'll be happy with that.
The areas the Dutch, you'd imagine, want to work on not getting excluded as much, although then their player down defense has been superb. And then their own power play. They're 0 for 4 right now as a save is made there by Lauda Arts.
Especially moving on through the weekend, that's going to become more and more important in these closer games.
Here's trouble. Good look all day. Walk it in, Sabrina van der Sloot. That's the unselfish pass. There was a fairly high chance of success across the way, but you ditch off to van der Sloot, and she could have swam that all the way into the back of the goal. Fans, don't forget you can follow the live stats courtesy of Micro Plus Timing. Head to worldaquatics.com or usawaterpolo.org to access the link to follow along throughout each match. In transition, big fake, wind up and score. Van de Kratz has another.
I think moving into the second half, we're really going to start seeing the benefits of the Dutch, the depth they have on their bench. They can really play a lot of their players early in this tournament, especially. That is a huge advantage.
And tonight, 2 of their veterans not going. Remember, teams can allocate 15 to their tourney roster, but have to pick 13 to play each day. So Vivian Sevenich, Irish Wolves, who both are typically in a lineup for this group, not dressing here tonight. We expect to see them throughout the weekend. So to your point, Cody, a chance to get some of these reserve players extended minutes in an important match.
Especially moving into a year like this, having experience in these tournaments is really beneficial, and you can see how players react, how they prepare themselves for these kind of moments. And when it's early like this, there's not really much penalty to that other than learning more about each player.
Pass dealt out, shot clock to 5. They'll try it from 6, and it works. Bento Roja, the Sun Devil, is on the board. And now the Dutch starting to pull away here, 9-2. This was a close battle early on. This was a 3-2 game halfway through the second quarter. And the Dutch have turned it on since then. Arts with the stop.
Arts comes up with another save for the Netherlands. She feeds it over.
Had to come back for that pass. Three minutes gone by, third quarter. Again from 6 meters, not there. Shot clock to 5, waving it around and forcing Milicic to go and get it. And to tip that one away. That pass a little high. Able to regather. Andy Joustra just shovels that pass in. Pure muscle from KLJ. Make it 10-2. Second look, and Joustra just overpowering everyone. I have to keep reminding myself to not say goal Cal when I see her run away. She scored so many for the Bears in her time in Berkeley. (10-2). Little bobble there, and those are so crucial. They seem like not much, a little drop pass, but it really can mean everything when you're trying to move quickly against a tough defense.
To back it up, we cross the 4-minute mark in the third.
In transition and trying a little misdirection lob there was Van der Weyden, but Milicic with the save. If you're New Zealand, I have to imagine it was fairly deflating to draw those opportunities and just not find the offense. You know you're up against a good opponent, and then when you get a chance and you don't execute, that has to be a bit demoralizing.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, this is what you train for. You've done these 6-on-5s, these plays a million times in your own pool, and then you finally get to show what you've worked on, and when it doesn't work out the way you wanted to, it's definitely a bummer. But good news is it's a multi-day tournament, so they have time to turn it around and, you know, do some things they're proud of.
Milicic there with the stop. You're exactly right. Certain parts of what they've worked on, they have to be thrilled. Hey, we've been trying to draw power plays. We did that, and now it's just finishing the other half. Long range here, and that gets deflected on the way through before Arts comes up with it. Joustra left alone for the moment. Kind of found herself surprised she was all alone. Now they pick her up. And there's an easy one. Brigitte Slaking. The reserve goalkeeper for the Netherlands was starting to just try and get loose, and they couldn't leave the bench in that fashion, so they were told to return. That gave everyone over there a good laugh. She'll have to visualize getting loose.
Yeah, that was interesting.
2:20 to play in this third quarter. And now a takeaway. Marta Koenig with the steal, turns the corner. Has some help coming up the weak side. Little flip off. You like it, moving in off the bar. Gave off to Skop, who couldn't hit, and Milicic gathers. New Zealand trying to go quick strike here and get this quickly into the hands of Nicholson. Just an ordinary as she's double teamed. And an exclusion. Power play here for New Zealand once more. What can they do here with 1:41 to play in the third, trailing 11-2? Timer to 3 and a save. Arts knocked that down. Loud Arts there with the stop. That's where I would have loved to see New Zealand just go quick. Just take a shot in the first 2 seconds of that 6-on-5, because when they've let the Dutch set up, it has been very difficult.
Yep. And you can see the exhaustion setting in. The Dutch counterattack has really opened up this quarter, and New Zealand has been a little bit on their heels. And once they get down to offense, they kind of want to just say, oh, okay, take a breath, and then let's get into our attack.
Meanwhile, precision accuracy from the outside. Van der Weyden adds another. So you see now what the Dutch are doing offensively here, and they're getting a whole host of shooters involved. Slaking, Van der Sloot, Van der Kratz, all with a couple. Van der Weyden now with 2. Joustra with a goal, Mulhuizen, Bentaroha. Skop has a score. So a lot of shooters getting their chance here as we are under a minute to go in the first. In front, Arts again. Batted away that Nicholson try right on the front doorstep. And that is the 9th power play. New Zealand 0 for their last 8.
Great block.
Stellar save from Arts. Backhand and another good save. So a couple of good goalie stops here. Milicic turns that one away. Shot clock off, game clock to 13 and counting here as we run down the end of this third quarter. And it looks as if Milicic will just hang on to this one. 3 quarters complete in our final quarterfinal match, and what was a 1-goal game in the first, it is all Netherlands now. They are well on their way to the semifinals, in front 12-2. We've got 1 more quarter to go here on a beautiful day in Long Beach. We will step aside and return.
Oké. Yo, blijf hier. Blijf hier, wij gaan het zo doen. Ja? Focus aan de kleine dingen, focus aan de 1-op-1 duels. Focus in aanvallen, in counter zwemmen. Zoek voor de extra pas. Oké? En onze man meer. Zoek voor de extra pas. Goede dreiging, pap. En onze man minder, klein 1-op-1. Dan gaan ze ver weg. Dan gaan we vanaf 2 compact spelen. Links gaan we in positie 2. Stapje boven. Oké? Gaat door met de spelen. Oké? Let's go, wisselen allemaal. Maar blijf. Maar niet.
Fourth quarter on tap here, Long Beach City College. Thanks for joining us as we come to the conclusion of quarterfinal Friday here at the World Aquatics Women's Water Polo World Cup. New format here for the World Cup in 2023. These teams have emerged through 2 qualification opportunities. This New Zealand squad out of the Division II qualifier, the Netherlands coming through the initial qualifier that took place during 2 weekends in Rotterdam and Athens. And here they are in this World Cup. It's a great primer for the World Championships coming next month. And if you like a lot of water polo and you're in the Southern California area, more water polo this weekend. Tickets available to join us here at Long Beach City College. And then the men hosting the World Cup next weekend to USC. Tickets on sale for that as well. That'll be up in Los Angeles. So a lot of great water polo on the way, and all those teams getting ready for the World Championships next month in Japan. And then Paris qualifications continue on through early next year. Everyone trying to find their way to France next summer.
Ball starts it out, sends it down line. Quinn.
Nicholson, the backhand. New keeper in for the Netherlands. They brought on the reserve, Sarah Baus, and she immediately gets involved. Goalies so often discussed, they just want that first save when they've come in off the bench. Let me get into the flow of the match, and Baus gets that here.
And I always love to see when the backup goalie or the second goalie gets to come in and get some minutes, because it's such a hard position where only one gets to play. It seems so simple, but they work. They're doing everything that the starting goalie is doing, and so it's such a difficult decision as a coach, and to watch as a teammate to see one of your, you know, someone who doesn't even get to touch the water.
Good step out off the bar. Rebound comes back to the Netherlands with 6:35 to play here in the fourth. That's a heavy knockdown attempt and then a good deflection. I thought we were going to get an ordinary or maybe an exclusion. Instead, we play on. And a field block. Good defense there from New Zealand. They pieced a couple of things together. To your point on the reserve goalie, too, at this level, they're both great. So
yes,
it's not a situation where they have to just find someone to be that backup goalie. They're just carrying someone who will do it. Both keepers could typically start at this level. It ends up being one of the more brutal choices for coaches. Good look on the inside, maybe a little too good. Holding with that offhand, they say a contra foul on Emily Nicholson, the former Fresno State standout. Bulldogs head coach Natalie Benson in the house today to cheer on all the athletes that she's coached. Also a Team USA alum, of course, 2-time Olympian. Fresno State represented well here on this New Zealand squad. Power play on tap for the Netherlands. That's deflected, and they do a nice job killing off the power play. It's been the one weak point really throughout this match from start to finish. The Dutch now 0 for 5 on the 6-on-5.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to talk about that after the game here.
And it's very unlike them, such a strong offensive unit. And we talked about the shooters. They're usually good for a couple of power play goals. Timer to 6. There's a steal. But then coming right back. Looked to be an initial steal, then a takeaway. And now here's a look. And that's off the mark. That was a bit of a discombobulated possession there. They had everyone all over the pool. It ended up with Millie Quinn trying to put it on cage. And now it leads to this. Leaking out, taking a look, keeper out of the way, ball in the back of the net. Landekratz, she has 3. And that was someone in complete control, just cruising in, took a look at the defense, drew the keeper out, and did the rest. That's a devastating fake to a goalkeeper.
Definitely call takes the cross pass.
4.5 to play here in the fourth.
They go back to Doyle.
This one decided this quarterfinal round. Every match come the second half has been well decided. New Zealand getting one back. Finally breaking through here. Emerson Howden with her second. We talked earlier, Cody, about the idea that a score isn't indicative of the game. And while, look, the Netherlands will decidedly win this match, 3 goals I don't think reflects the offensive effort New Zealand put forward.
I would agree. They've had so many chances that were just a little bit off, a little bit late on the timing. Things that I think they can look back on and clean up for tomorrow. Really small changes that'll make a huge difference.
More slaking, so the Dutch answer a goal with a goal. With 4:02 to play. So tomorrow's semifinal round starting to come into a little bit clearer focus here. .346 to go in the fourth. Backhand, bar out. Shorter Robinson. Holding position on the inside, everything but the finish there, and a good-looking move out of 2 meters.
Starts it up. Goes down line,
3:20 remaining now. Netherlands still working through their offense here. Joustra triple teamed.
Number 4.
On the takeaway there as Galt comes over. Howarth. Here's Gabriela Milicic. Shot clock to 7, and that is a drop. Howden watches that one sail away.
246.
Out high. That takes a tricky bounce. 2:35 to play. Well, with the efforts we saw today, expecting some epic semifinals tomorrow, not just in the first through fourth, but I think even 5th through 8th, you're going to see just some teams that match up better with each other and should get some pretty competitive water polo here. Shorter Robinson, again trying to work at a 2 meters, get a little turn and face, and not the case as Baus comes up with it. Under 2 to play. That's an offensive foul. Using the off arm there was Joustra. Fans, don't forget you can visit worldaquatics.com, also usawaterpolo.org for complete schedule information for tomorrow's lineup. We'll get started at 1 p.m. Pacific. All the matches live and on demand right here on the World Aquatics YouTube page. But we'll share the set schedule after the competition is complete here today. And look forward to a great Saturday, a semifinal round here in Long Beach.
Starting out, action shot. Walks it in. And then out, it's over. It's a sneak.
To 5 on the skip.
And the one-timer, good for the goal. Arthur
Koenig. So Koenig, one of 2 field players, excuse me, 3 that hadn't scored yet for Netherlands. So she's on the board. If you have your Netherlands bingo card at home and you're wondering who hasn't put it in the back of the net yet, still yet to score, Lika Roja and Nina Timbrook. See if they can figure something out here in the final minute. Not likely. On this end, the skip is good to go. Millie Quinn. That is a Cal Bear, a current one, and she's able to hit. So Quinn is in, and it's a 15-4 lead for the Netherlands. Under a minute to play. Let's get a second look there at a pretty skip shot from Quinn. Sharon Rookie of the Week honors in the MPSF this past season. The women's season just finishing now a couple of weeks ago. So for all these college athletes, very little downtime. They maybe caught a day off and then had to get back to it with their national teams. That pass hangs up a little bit. Quinn able to gather. With 32 seconds left. Pass to about 5 meters. Still plenty of time in this possession for New Zealand. 16 on the shot clock. Here's McKenty. Good fake, cross cage. Emerson Houghton. Hat trick for New Zealand. So a nice effort here from Houghton. Houghton plays for Spandau in Berlin and is able to connect here. She's got 3. Final possession in this one, 14 seconds left. Shot clock is off. And the Netherlands, they are out of the game here with just 2 seconds left. They can take the rest of the time off, and they will move on to the semifinal round with a 15-5 victory. And so the Netherlands, again, we told you about all these players they put into the scoring column. All but 3 field players, all but 2 field players now found a way into the cage, but Slaking, Van de Kratz with 3 each, Houghton with 3 to lead New Zealand. Milicic 8 saves for New Zealand in cage. Arts with 6 stops, Baus adds 2. And if you're the Netherlands, you had a slow start. New Zealand hung around, hung tough in that game, and then they were able to really turn the corner and despite their struggles on the power play, still achieve their goal.
Yeah, I mean, being able to score that many natural goals is very impressive, but I think they can look at this game as an overall positive with a few things that they can take in to keep in mind tomorrow as they move into probably a game that's going to be a little bit tougher from the very beginning. So a slow start like that may not end in such a victory as it did today.
And for New Zealand, some positives, the efforts of Houghton, Milicic, some nice saves to draw 9 exclusions. The issue is only converting on 1 of them, and so they have some things to build on as well.
Yeah, I think they showed up and were ready to go today, so that was probably an exciting thing for them. And moving forward into the weekend, they can look for 2 more very competitive games.
Some of the final numbers here, you can see all the big scores and all that depth for the Netherlands, and that was something that Cody hit on earlier, that as the game wore on, the depth of the Netherlands could become a problem for New Zealand, and that's really what transpired. New Zealand had that great first half and just could not sustain the defensive effort to hold down the Netherlands in the second half. As you see, all our scores here from today: Hungary, Spain, Team USA, and the Netherlands all moving on to the semifinal round tomorrow. Brigitte Slaking named the player of the match in this one after her 3-goal effort, so we're going to hear from her shortly, along with head coach Dudidis and head coach Stanley Smith of New Zealand. So interview coming shortly here, but that is going to wrap things up for us here. For Cody Roberts, Greg Meskel saying thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Now we know you will play against okay, we are just listening this Spain. But let's speak about this game just very quickly. It was an easy win, at least from outside, but the whole team played quite good, in a very good speed. How did you feel from inside?
Well, I think we started the game a bit not really focused, so we had a hard time with our offense and some tiny mistakes in defense as well. But luckily after that we got focused again, and I think we had an easy win for today. Yeah, but it's important that we could have this good tempo and for tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Have a good rest.
Winds up. Sleeking 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 winds up. Cross cage. Looking for the corner. And Bernadette Doyle takes the pass, connects over. Understood. From the outside. And a shot by Woodheisen. Centers it up. And the shot. Complicated. Threads the needle, puts it away. And Howell puts the lock. And Gratz. With the vicious. Ring drop, Netherlands gets their first still opener. Looking for the corner. What? Tenbrook. One over, in the net for the goal. And stuffs it away underneath. Hinted, okay. Makes an entry pass in the set and a sweep. Bars in for the goal. Looking to pop it over. Seeking. And she works with a cage in the shot. Was I saying? And divided over an exclusion at 2 meters. Entry pass goes in the backhand. Ring drops. Netherlands get their first. Next entry pass in the set. And the backhand. One hits the bar, doesn't cross. That's shows the patience, waits for the goal to drop, and buries her out. Threads the needle. And gets the ball back. And puts it away for the goal, number 3. And the backhand. And the one-timer, good for the goal. Martha Cool back to Long Beach City College, the way we got it. Thank you all for coming out. And